Good afternoon, welcome to Focus on Liberia Life. My name is Prince Moba. We're coming to you live from the chambers of the House of Representatives of Capitol Hill, Monrovia, Liberia, where the Justice Ministry and of course authorities of the National Rule Fund and of course Petroleum importers in Liberia been invited here by the House of Representatives. Keep following. This is Focus on Liberia. This is Prince Moba. Thanks for joining us. Keep following this live broadcast.
Thank you very much. Please administer the oath.
Honorable witnesses, please raise your right hand. Repeat after me. Call your name, your positions, and repeat after me. I,
Councilor George CEO of Kailolo,
do solemnly swear that the testimony I'm about to provide in the presence of the great plenary will be the truth and nothing but the truth. So help me God. Keep your right hand up while you testify with us according. Honorable Speaker, Honorable Deputy Speaker, distinguished members of the 54th Legislature, I'm done.
Yes, thank you. We have your seat. Honorable Sergeant,
Yes, sir.
acting.
Yes, sir.
There were several witnesses to be present, amongst whom are the Minister of Justice, the Managing Director of WRC, the President of the Petroleum Importers Association, and all petroleum importers of Liberia. The National Rule Fund Head. Is everyone present? Are all those invited present?
Mr. Speaker, Honorable Deputy Speaker, Honorable ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Speaker, as you rightly asked, we have a list of those who are invited and those who are present now. Those who are invited are already stated here in our agenda, and those that appear, we want to call the names. Honorable, we have Most Ability Chairman Students is here. George B. Kalano, CEO. Kalano is here. Boniface D. Satu. NRF, the CEO is here. Mr. Arthur David B. Farmware.
Did you say NRF? What did you say?
NRF.
NRF.
Yeah.
Okay.
National Rule Fund.
Yeah. Okay.
West Hall is here. T. Nelson Williams. Connors is here. Emmanuel T. Tupa, CEO. Aminata is here. Hamilton S. Hamad. Maiwa, his son, is here. Yaba Sano, COS MD, LPRC is here. Hampton Cassandra, MOTC is here. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 of the invitees are here, sir.
Thank you.
We do not have the Justice Minister yet. We do not have the Justice Minister is not here, sir.
So is only justice listening?
And the President for the Petroleum is not also here.
Okay. Did every one of them receive invitations like those absent?
As per our records, sir, they all received invitation and returns are here.
Okay. When did the Justice Ministry receive this invitation?
Justice Minister received the invitation on February 24, 2023 at 14:07.
Thank you. What's about the importer, the Petroleum Importer Association of Liberia? Oh, the president.
Okay.
So only justice is absent. LPRC is present. According to the records, according to the Deputy Chief Clerk.
Yeah, the President of the Association.
President. Somebody put those there.
Okay.
Thank you very much. I think one of the invitees who always come and we think is a kind of bonus for that group to come is that the group is not indebted. I think it's West HOR, right? So I think to the credit of West HOR, and we commended West HOR the last time, we think West HOR has no place here. But there's no reason why we should be calling them for this exercise. So again, we want to thank West HOR, and then we can talk to the rest of the guests. But we first have to address the issue of the Justice Minister. But his noticeable absence. So West HOR, you can respectfully leave this chambers. Thank you. The most compliant here, he was here. Yes. Yes. It's not in there. It's the chef. So we now have before us the issue of the Minister of Justice, who's supposed to be here. Did we also invite LRA?
No, not this bill.
Not this bill, okay. Yeah.
Compliance for what? On the appearances of all the payment.
Thank you, the payment. Yeah, Honorable, the issue of the Justice Minister, Honorable.
Mr. Speaker,
Yes.
Honorable Deputy Speaker, distinguished police, with the issue surrounding the appearance of the Justice Minister, before making further comments, I want to make inquiry to the Secretariat as to whether they have received any notice from the Justice Minister stating reason of not appearing. That's one. Two, if there is information that the Justice Minister did receive the invitation extended him, so I want to pause there and wait the response from the Secretary before further comment, Mr. Speaker.
Well, I asked the Deputy Chief Clerk and he stated at around 4 o'clock at that time. He said 14. He said 4 o'clock. No, he said 14.
Yeah,
14 is 2.
Yeah, 2. I thought he said 4.
It's 14 or 7 on February 24.
14 what?
Which was last week. 1407.
1407, okay.
7 minutes after 2.
Yes.
What is completely?
So basically, it was in a day. I thought it was around 4-ish.
2 o'clock.
Who will come?
Yes.
I was taking my drinks and all
Honorable, Madam,
yes, sir.
you can have your seat.
Thank you, sir.
It's a passing comment you made, but it's critical. And since you say you're taking drips, this is a place, it's not a gulag. It's not where the people carry people in a type of repression. So if you're not well, communicate with us and we'll be able to give due consideration. If we're taking drips, we don't have any physician here. So except it's finished, what is the doctor's advice to you?
I should appear, otherwise it'll be hard. I should appear. Notes, experiences. I was sitting in the car, I felt very sorry.
Police are the situation. Let's talk about the Justice Minister as was coming before. They said around 7 minutes after 2.
Yes, so Mr. Speaker, taking into consideration of the past discussion, it was all of the information, so majority of the information provided, they were all centered around the Justice Ministry, which is the Justice Ministry. And taking cue from that, I see it very much impossible for us to have this hearing in the absence of the Justice Minister. And because the Justice Minister participation in the discussion is very keen in moving forward. So with the evidence shown by the Chief Clerk Office that this communication was sent since last week and not getting any return as to reasons of he not being in attendance today, Mr. Speaker, I think that it is not in good faith and it totally contravenes the doctrine of the separation of power. I'm of the view, Mr. Speaker, Deputy Speaker and colleagues, that if this communication came from the executive for the Justice Minister to be in a meeting, he would have given all necessary attention. So I see no reason why the legislature will invite the Justice Minister more than 3-4 days ahead of the day of the sitting, and he will not respond, and there's evidence that he received the communication. Having said that, Mr. Speaker, moving forward, if it meets the consensus of my colleagues that the witnesses here remain on oath here while the Justice Minister being sent another communication to appear today for us to proceed with this matter. An attempt for him not to appear today, then subsequently plenary can decide the next course of action. But I think from my time here, it is official, it's 1:30 p.m. Meaning we still have more time, 2, 3, we still have more time to be sitting for the Justice Minister to appear for us to continue this matter. But if we will wait for him, because we have to carry on the people's work. The reason why I want the witnesses to still wait is because if the witnesses leave, he alone cannot drive us through with this hearing. And we cannot do it in his absence as well. So, Mr. Speaker, if that meets the consensus of my colleagues, which I'm of the view that they were accept in good faith, because we have to do the Liberian people work, that the Justice Minister be asked or be made to appear while the witnesses still on oath as we are waiting with the specific time that will be issued him, whether in 1 hour or 30 minutes to come. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you. Yes, Honorable Koga.
Mr. Presiding, co-presiding colleagues. The issues we have is in two footing. One has to do with those that are allegedly indebted to the government. One has to do with the Justice Minister being knowledgeable of the parties' agreement as to how payment schemes were drafted. Those individuals that have come came under the doctrine of our Constitution, under Article 44, which talks about contempt. And once an entity or individual is invited under contempt charges that appears, it is incumbent upon the legislator to fulfill that constitutional mandate. Predicated upon this, we need to hear from them in the absence of the Justice Minister. Now, with respect to the Justice Minister, if it is established that the Justice Minister has been consistent and deliberately having evaded the decision of the legislature, predicated upon that, we can invoke Article 44 of the Constitution for him to come under contempt. But I think it is necessary that those that we have invited under contempt charges to be able to be heard. We need to hear from them by statute, because your presence today is why they cannot be held in contempt. The first thing is to look at the contempt charges, whether it will be dropped or not. You cannot leave a down cloud and then go into anything or suspend anything. So the Justice Minister can come in a subsequent time based on our decision whether the action taken by the Justice Minister is intentional or not intentional. We need to look at the intent. Number one, the police asked a very good question, that the communication that was written to the Minister of Justice, whether they receive it and who is the recipient. If that is done, then presiding, then it's intentional. So that's my take on the issue. These people need to be heard.
Thank you. Yes, Honorable Juror.
Honorable Speaker, Honorable Deputy Speaker, fellow colleagues, my own submission to the honorable gentleman from Liberia is that foremost, the debts that we are talking about is not alleged, it's a fact. These debts were rearranged, rescheduled, and all of the discussions are paramount upon the appearance of the Minister of Information, because in our last deliberation, the Justice Minister, because in our last discussion, the importers here alluded to the fact about a rearrangement and the payment scheme that was prorated over years. And so the reason why the Justice Minister was supposed to be here is to tell us why there has not been compliance. So that is the information that I'd like to provide. Thank you, Honourable Speaker. It's a debt, it's not a nice debt.
Yeah, thank you. Honourable Master.
Mr. Presiding, Mr. Presiding, to the best of my recollection, the close of our last sitting, our last session, was an issue that I myself raised surrounding the issue of content. And I'm just trying to refresh our memory on how there was a ruling from the presiding that from the beginning of the sitting, the last week sitting, it appeared as though, and the presiding said there was a silence. Presiding, I'm waiting for the conference. Thank you, sir. I'm waiting for the conference today. Which conference? The high level conference. Mr. Presiding, so I'd just like to bring to our attention that there was a ruling by the presiding that from the beginning of the hearing, we glossed over considering the contempt charge, and in the wisdom of the presiding, it was considered that was a silent, and I'm using the word of the presiding, it was a silent waiver of the contempt charge. And I remember that with that ruling, the plenary, which is the highest decision-making body, considered the ruling of the presiding, thereby laying aside or reconsidering the issue of contempt. So with that, I take it that, and I hope my colleagues, without refresh of memory, will consider that the issue of contempt was relaxed, and then a new invitation that was done to those who were not there in the last sitting. So I just like to remind my esteemed and very distinguished colleague that the issue of contempt was ruled on by the presiding, and it was deemed as being relaxed while we issued the new invitation to those who are here today. So that's the information I'd like to provide Mr. Presiding. Thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you. That's true. Just to add on to what the right honorable gentleman said, for those who came under contempt and the issue was not addressed at the time, by virtue of us not entertaining that discussion, it was based on indulgence of this body that it was a silent approval of forgiveness or waiver. I think the only exception, which of course now we have the fiscal body of Shrimex present, it was only Shrimex that was in here, so Shrimex was not covered by that forgiveness. So then Shrimex will have the show cause at this communication why Shrimex should not be held in legislative contempt or failure to not honor an invitation extended that body to appear to give reasons for the non-compliant posture. I think that was it. That's the only thing. That's why it was a refresher. Then we have so I think with the issue of the non-presence of the Justice Minister, it will serve as a major hurdle, notwithstanding the presence of Shumex to clear this. Shumex has to give justification, for this action of this August party. But before we entertain any word from Shumex, we started off by excusing West Oil. It was not only West Oil that is compliant, we also have Mayoba. So Mayoba, by this record, is also clear. And MOTC, so MOTC can still excuse anybody. I want to thank you for your compliant posture.
So what is the fate of the issue of Justice Minister of the Speaker?
That is what we're going to discuss about it.
Yeah, legislatively will be made to appear. It is for that reason so we put no plan. You know, the thing that you want to bring it, the man what I do. Look at it. Stand down. If you have a company video,
so let us conclude regarding the Justice Minister.
We still have a competition. You don't resume. The mega the chief of office now. The minister of administration now.
So, distinguished colleagues, so we just have to be a little bit like a student. Honorable Haja, Father, don't let the man disturb you. Thank you. Yeah, that's what I'm saying, don't let him disturb you. Thank you, don't let him disturb you. So that's it. As my colleagues think about action to address the non-appearance of the minister, I think we can give the opportunity to Shumex. First, LPRC has to be taken off, so that LPRC becomes an oath, then we can proceed. LPRC is before on oath. LPRC was not here.
Yeah, sure. Right.
So before we start, LPRC has to be put on oath. Thank you.
Witnesses, raise your right hand. Raise your right hand. Call your name, your position, and repeat after me. I,
Managing Director, Liberia Petroleum Refining Company.
do solemnly swear
Do solemnly swear
that the testimony I'm about to provide
that the testimony I'm about to provide
in the presence of the plenary
in the presence of the plenary
will be the truth
will be the truth,
and nothing but the truth.
nothing but the truth.
So help me God. Keep your right hand up because of the COVID. You will be used to place your hand.
While the gentleman back there is saying, you say you want a special assistant?
Personal assistant.
Personal assistant, but you're not supposed to go on a...
Don't give
Let's
wanted to
So
stop.
let us first give the oath to the LPRC, then we'll address the issue of NP.
Okay, thank you.
Please have a seat.
MD,
Yes.
raise your right hand. Call your name and position and repeat after me. I,
Marie Coleman Brown, Managing Director, Liberia Petroleum Refining Company,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
the testimony I'm about to provide
that the testimony I'm about to provide
in the presence of the plenary
in the presence of the Lord
will be the truth
will be the truth
and nothing but the truth.
and nothing but the truth.
So, help me. Speaker, I'm done, sir.
Thank you very much. Madam MD, if there is any sensation, any symptoms of disorientation, let us know so we can excuse you. So the latitude is yours.
I'm okay.
Thank you.
Honorable, I took care of it.
Except when I had questions.
Yes, so they're showing before us now. Yes, observation. Yes, the observation.
Mr. Speaker, my observation is that though I got the information later that she earlier expressed some condition. Otherwise, to tell a witness that he will be in this situation, let us know you're already providing an escape route. And I feel it was not necessary. Thank you.
The right honorable young man. Thank you. Thank you. So, yeah. So, NB, please approach with mine. Yes, yeah. So, this body would like you to address why you are here and not your CEO or No, no.
Are we according to due process here now?
No, not due process. We want to know.
But if we ask him, we say the man is not in the portfolio to sleep with his body. Then we give him cause to establish why his boss or bosses are not able to speak. I don't be according to due process.
No.
Then we just is not the proper forum for that.
Hold on. Let us
I know you'll be denied, Mr. Speaker. I knew that you were denying. But truth has been told. This thing should not be allowed to speak, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you very much.
The Gabba is not in my favor, I know. But he should not be allowed to speak. We not the whole, it runs our history. He should not speak. It means a person is saying
it is a democratic forum.
but the rules of the legislature should be respected at all times.
Whether we allow him to participate is another issue. But we need to get information. Where the information comes from? Let us just know, please.
We agree on it. Disqualify to appear for us. So to get testimony.
Yes, please.
But you're not allowed to represent.
The question is that why are you here? Where is your CEO?
Honorable Speaker, Honorable Deputy Speaker, I was sent by my CEO to this all important meeting. My CEO have traveled. It's out of the country.
Thank you very much. Basically, I know that the structure of any organization, besides having special assistant to the CEO, there are other offices that in the absence of the CEO, some deputy based on ascension or ascendancy clause will be able to act. I don't know whether you are aware or not aware, but let this go forth to your CEO that basically is not the running of this house or this legislative body. It's not the practice here. If you are invited, if there are reasons why you can't come, you inform us. But don't send any, your personal staffers in your office. That does not suffice. That said, your institution will be informed about how this works and when he or she will be next needed. So you are discharged. This is not legislative. So this is a body, a legislative body, a democratic body. That is why you are given the opportunity to be heard. That said, you are respectfully discharged. Thank you. Okay. So the issue of the Justice Minister, the Honorable Justice Minister, the Minister of Justice is fully operant with the function of government. And as such, we are supposed to get some legal advice and some help as to how things move. That said, I think there is a gap somewhere. And the reason for which the Minister of Justice, Anthony General, is not here, we don't have any information. That said, he has to come to answer reasons why he has disrupted this legislative function. So I think if that is the indulgence of this body, is the consent of this body, then we can intervene a motion to pass on the issue of the Justice Minister. Motion. Massive one.
Mr. Speaker, Mr. Co-Presiding colleagues, Mr. Speaker, on Thursday, when we closed the last session, there was an emphasis that was made on how agents of the executive or any other functionary of the Nigerian government, as much as we as members of this body have always, and I'm sure will continue to respect our friends across the other two branches. It is also expected that they too unconditionally will respect the authority given to this body by the Constitution. The Minister of Justice was invited with a letter under the signature of the Honorable Chief Clerk, who carries our authority. The failure of the Minister of Justice to appear has placed serious stumbling blocks in the way of this august body to implement the authority given to us by the Nigerian law, the Constitution. Mr. Speaker, this refusal, especially so when we have money that should be collected to support the national budget, to enhance healthcare, to enhance education, rural connectivity, particularly the National Road Fund that was created for the sole purpose of improving the rural condition of our Nigerian people. The absence of the minister is equivalent to nothing else but impeding legislative function. And I want to create the indulgence with this motion that this House resolve and take the decision that the Honorable Minister of Justice and Attorney General, the Dean of the Cabinet, public library will be held in legislative content, and that I'm hopeful that this body will take that unanimous vote, following which on this Thursday, during our regular session, the Minister of Justice should be invited to appear with his legal counsel so that we can fulfill the constitutional provision of due process to show reason or reasons why this body should not hold him in legislative contempt. Following that hearing, Mr. Speaker, on Thursday at 10 o'clock, he should appear. Following that hearing, there will be a decision either to uphold or to reconsider, but as of this moment, he should be made to appear with his legal counsel to show reason or reasons why he should not be held in contempt. I so move like an opinion, sir.
Distinguished colleagues, is there any second? Any second? The police said, then why did you say that motion? Thank you. So, all the distinguished colleagues, it has been moved and seconded that the Honorable Justice Minister be made to appear before this legislative body on Thursday at the precise hour 10 a.m. to answer why he cannot be held in legislative contempt as he was invited, and there was no justification up to now why he is not present. With that said, are you ready to vote? Right Honorable Father Haja Sayan.
Why did I say the member of the church? I was still saying.
Never say.
Mr. Speaker, Deputy Speaker, distinguished colleagues. Mr. Mover, I will be ready to vote when you accept this amendment. That the contempt charges be dropped. Why has you not appealed? But you can appeal for people here. I got the right to appeal for anybody I want to appeal. I'm appealing because I know he is the Attorney General of the Republic of Liberia. So that's the reason why I'm appealing. But how do you know? Leave me and you bring time that Mr. Speaker is about to call them to order not to take on this time. You people are disturbing me. What is it? When you come in, you're disturbing too much. What is it?
Please address the chair. Void of distraction. Don't mind the distraction. Please address it.
But I don't mind the gentlemen because they need to block people talk too much. What is the problem?
Thank you, Honorable.
Okay, Mr. Speaker, Deputy Speaker, distinguished colleagues. So, Mr. Moore, I will be ready to vote when you accept this amendment. So the contempt charges will be dropped.
How? Why? Thank you very much.
That's it. Are you going to vote? Already. Honorable Gweglo.
Mr. Movement, Mr. Speaker, Deputy Speaker, distinguished colleagues, Mr. Movement, I'll be ready to vote if we just accept this simple amendment to remove the designation Dean of Cabinet. It is only the Attorney General, Dean of Cabinet, is the Minister of Foreign Affairs. That's what I said. Thank you for that. I don't have experience people have said that.
That's it. Are you ready to vote?
Already.
Honorable Grikia.
Me, I know I want to pass out today. Honorable Speaker, Deputy Speaker, distinguished colleagues. To the movement, I will be ready to vote. It's like adding onto what the Honorable Representative from Bomi said. My already that time in the wake of such information that we've gathered, that the Attorney General of this country is currently at the Liberian Senate. He's appearing with the Director of Police. I will be ready to vote if we can make some follow-up. If we can take just a minute or two to confirm that indeed he's at the Senate. If that is right and he's there, then we can come up with some. That's why the whole man was yelling at some of you because you refuse to learn. How will you take information? Of course, I will be ready to vote. You want me to say it again? I will say it again to you. No, don't say it. So I will be ready to vote. If we can just take a minute or two to follow up on the information that we gathered, and indeed the Justice Minister is at the Senate, and we shouldn't do it. We're going to be checking under the doctrine of coordination that we talked about. One of you spoke about the doctrine of coordination. How long will it take on that we can make a follow up and know that whether he's there or not? Thank you, Chair. So, my already there is a movement. I will be ready to vote if you can allow us to make a follow-up and know whether the Chief Justice is, not Chief Justice, but the Justice Minister is at the Liberian Senate. Thank you. I mean, you cannot yelling without and I know being a veteran, he should write. He should write. They want us for a wrong reason and wrong when they are just children when they are
Honorable colleagues, Mr. Speaker, honorable colleagues. Speaker, you see, in the legislature, when you are invited to show cause, it means at that point the legislature is attempting to hold you in contempt, but they must listen to you. That's why they say come and show cause. Why you should not be held in contempt. So it is very possible that when the minister comes, he will provide explanation that you are the Senate. At that point, if it is in the best wisdom of the plenary here, they can reconsider. But it is not in our place to move beyond our chamber. With that said, I will respectfully reject that amendment.
Already. That's it, I ready to vote. Already.
But that's what you ask you.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker, who presided, Madam colleague, to the movement. Predicated upon the national engagement of our minister, I will be ready to vote. You mentioned about terrorism. I will appeal to you next week, Tuesday. It just came in
next week, Tuesday.
But you need to let us
deny it.
But maybe who?
I take it out. The same thing when the Minister of Justice is rating. And I'm happy, I'm sorry to be provided of this. in the wisdom of the minister, he thinks Thursday is, that is the level of coordination I'm sure the minister will right. So with that said, I want to appeal to my honorable colleague, my nephew. Now let's keep Thursday and allow the level of the minister. He can come with it, but let's keep our decision. So
with that said, I will vote. Honorable Colette.
Mr. Speaker, I declare.
So, that said, are you ready to vote? Yeah. All those in favor making numbers here? Yeah. So, esteemed Chief Clerk, please transmit to the Justice Minister that based on the decision of plenary, he appeared on Thursday at the precise hour of 2 p.m. to show cause why he should not be here at 10 a.m. 10 a.m. In reference to previous communication center. And he will come along with his legal counsel. Thank you. There's an option. So that said, we would like to So that said, we now ask Siemens CEO to explain to this body. And first, we would like to ask whether you came with your legal team. You have the option. If so, we want you to answer why you should not be held in contempt for your failure to honor the invitation to appear on Tuesday, January 31st, 2023, to discuss issues relative to your entity's actual non-compliance. Thank you.
Honorable Speaker, Honorable Deputy Speaker, honorable members of the distinguished legislature, I want to use this time to say that at no time will I deliberately disregard the authority of the Honorable House of Representatives. The communication that was sent to my office met my absence. I was not in the middleweight, and that is why I did not come. I want to use this time to apologize and to ask for your forgiveness and to assure you that I will not at any time deliberately refuse to honor your invitation as you do represent the authority that has been vested in you by the national constitution.
Thank you very much. That said, distinguished colleagues, you heard the brief, but I'm not a prophet. Brief information, frank information given by the witness for his long appearance here. So that said, is there any comment, question, contribution to this? To recognize the honorable gentle lady of Boni County. Honorable, please proceed.
Mr. Speaker, Deputy Speaker, distinguished colleagues. You know, for me, I really want us to accept the apology. That's why I started the last time and said that in a situation like this, you let voices come up with justice, then we go into the issue. So please, let us accept the apology.
Thank you. The Honorable Gentleman, Honorable Larry.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
He hasn't spoken yet, so.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. So, our mother has spoken. So, let's accept the apology and go into the substantive issue. Thank you.
We're not allowed to say Babua.
Hold on, man. Hold on. Mr. Speaker, honorable deputy, distinguished colleagues, having heard from my two veterans, I'm no one to object to what the two veterans have said. But there's something I want to bring to the attention of the witness. If the witness will tell us that he wasn't in the military of the Republic of Liberia, he said of the Republic of Liberia. I'm quoting, please protect me. I'm quoting the witness.
Honorable please.
We have the recording.
The honorable gentleman said, Honorable,
I'm there, go back to where we come and go to.
let him speak without being disturbed. Honorable, let him speak without being disturbed. Please protect the honorable gentleman.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Let the veteran know that I'm not against what he said, I'm in support. I'm only giving this information to the witness. If you say you were not within the country, I know you have secretary and other administrative or clerical staff at the office. Moving forward, please make sure that they be informed when communication of such arrive. Let it do an official response to inform this planer that you are not in country or to the chief clerk. Then like that, pardon me? That's my point I had.
But you want flow, why are you trying to do
okay, you read, I agree, you read. You want point, you want to fire about, we can fire about together. So, Mr. Speaker,
why you go presiding deputy?
Yeah, you're right.
He was giving you something.
Yeah, I was trying to hear.
So with that said, Mr. Speaker, I hope the witness can accept that in good faith for legislative best practice and for us to work together that we can always be informed. If we are informed, some of the actions we take, we will not take it. Information is very cardinal. We are living in a technological world. You have the contact of some of the honorables here, even the speaker. Just a mere SMS. I'm away from the country, but I was told this happened. Please permit me reach upon my return. That will be enough. So, Mr. Speaker, thank you. With the recommendations, I want to join the veterans to say that the witness be free of the contempt charge, and we proceed further.
Honorable Speaker, I listened to the witness, and I'm trying to understand his excuse, but I'm still hesitant.
I think these are issues that have made our friends and people we know to override us. When they do these things, they come and tell us and get some flimsy excuse, and all of sympathy, we try to agree just like that. For me, I think it would be okay if my colleagues agree with me. What the honorable seeing here is doing in writing and send it to this body and let it be documented. Because the honorable cannot tell me, or the witness cannot tell me that he has a company that he's running. Even if he's absent, his office is still open. So this should be documented by the witness before I think this body draft the content. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Distinguished colleagues, Honorable Washington.
Well, Mr. Speaker, we just like to. I perfectly agree with the other police who have spoken. The reason why we bring these things, it is not.
Information, but he hasn't spoken any information. No, but then we'll go back and you can get information.
So, Mr. Speaker, Honorable Speaker, colleagues, Mr. Speaker, we need to understand that the current session we are having is in the open. The world is watching how we conduct ourselves. The level of respect and recognition that is given this honorable office body that we are extremely privileged to be seated in should not be taken for granted. When we conduct ourselves to the public, we don't have control on how the public interprets our actions or inactions, and it speaks a lot. The apology, well, we weren't there, so we have no cause to question. This is a house, it's a deliberative body, and decisions that we take in public must see us as being determined to uphold the sanity and the dignity of this august body. With that said, Mr. Speaker, time will have number when people appear before us. Some of them are friends, very good friends, our big brothers. But this is a sacred chamber that we, like I said, some of us extremely blessed. There is no other way our spirit will ever be possible that we are sitting here. So being here is a privilege and we take it very seriously. The middle ground would be, I will agree with my Honorable Meza, that let the witness write a letter of apology. He has said it in the public, documented it, doesn't hurt. So I like to appeal. Yeah, there are many witnesses I can give you, thousands of them. I like to support and ask my honorable colleagues, gentlemen, that the apology be reduced into writing, not entered into tomorrow. Upon the submission of that document, it is deemed as accepted. That the apology be reduced into a letter of apology, and the speaker is empowered. The speaker is empowered that upon the receipt of that letter, the speaker can deem it as accepted on the plenary's behalf, because to accept the apology is a decision of plenary. But once it is reduced into writing, the speaker is empowered that upon the receipt of that communication, the apology is deemed as accepted. That would be my suggestion. We are in a public, and this house has to be seen as being determined and making sure the authority that we have, we implement it only in the interest of the Liberian people. That would be my suggestion. While I take the view of my colleague as the best way, as a middle ground. Thank you so much, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you. Recognize Honorable Cole, who has not spoken yet. But you didn't get information can pass. You said the information to the other person before, but another person was speaking. Order. Next time we'll consider the order. Proceed.
Mr. Speaker, who presiding, distinguished colleagues, let me piggyback on the comment made by my well-experienced brother from Lofa County. Now this place is a sacred chamber.
So that means I should put it on Menzas?
No.
Okay.
Chamber that people respect a lot. And when citizens of our country, who are from different spectrum of our country appear here, our supporting what Honorable Clarence Massaquoi said, the world is watching us. What we do here will judge us tomorrow. If you are the father in the home and your child or your relative wrong you and the person comes and say, I am sorry. As an institution that represents this nation, people watching us. I think nothing happens when Mr. Ability stands here and says, I was not in the country, and he extends apology to this body. Whether he did it in writing or he said it. Now, this public spare is much more greater than his ability going to write one communication to send it and say, I apologize. So, Mr. Speaker, I will request. So, Mr. Speaker, I need to be protected.
Please protect the speaker. Please protect the
Mr. Speaker, Mr. Speaker, the intent of the contempt has to be looked at. The intent is Mr. Ability received a communication, he should have appeared, and he is here to show why he should not be held in contempt. So Mr. Ability has spoken. He has extended his apology to this body. I think it is honorable enough and it's incumbent on us. The best practice is to accept Mr. Ability's apology, and the reason for which Mr. Ability was sent for, we go into the nitty-gritty of what Mr. Ability was sent for. As I close, all of us who believe in the Bible and are Christians, the Bible says temper justice to mercy. Mr. Ability has already asked for forgiveness, and we should be able to look at that and extend.
Which part of the Bible?
Listen to each other, please.
Somebody don't go to church. If I read it, some of them are pagan.
Yeah, quote the Bible.
And that he was souls.
How people that you
and body was sold, they don't go to church. Don't waste my time here. Some of them people with black box. The medicine guys. So, Mr. Speaker, I will join the other colleagues. Some of them are witchcraft in the day. So I will join the other police. Then what you say, you vote the president of the country devil. I'll join the other police to accept responsibilities, open the apology that is more stronger than the communication to go into the native breed of the matter. Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I know my channel will follow me.
We are legislatively discussing the issues surrounding the appearance of non-competent charges of Mr. Belete. Mr. Speaker, let me point out that indeed Mr. Belete has a fully functional and functioning office. And so communications out there are received in item form. The intent of the communication was to have Mr. Belete appear before us so that we can exercise our legislative responsibility to ensure that the subject matter for which we invited him and his colleagues will be attended to in the interest of the Liberian people. For some reasons, which he has explained, he could not come.
Simple elementary too.
He could not come.
Now, give me that.
Hold on. You are rule one administration, right? So we have to adhere to the rules.
They say you.
Yeah,
who said that?
Like definition.
Just
respect.
Yeah.
Is that you committing a legislature? Yeah, never respect.
Proceed.
So, in the wake of Mr. Belete's appearance and openly in open session that is being recorded, the minutes of this deliberation are being recorded and will be archived into this record system in my mind to an open apology in the presence of the press, in the presence of the secretariat that is taking notes. In my mind, it goes longer than the written text. So in this regard, I respectfully and humbly appeal to my colleagues, to make justice with mercy. An open apology in open plenary. Yeah, where we have media representation that goes worldwide. in my mind, Mr. Speaker, co-presiding the distinguished colleagues, is as good as a written apology. So it is in this regard, that I'm calling on my colleagues humbly, respectfully, to accept the apology of Mr. Ability so that we can discuss, get into the real issue and discuss why we are here today. Thank you very much.
Mr. Ability, you can have your seat for the meantime. So, in the honorable ruling, because there is no question at the moment.
Mr. Speaker, distinguished co-presiding, distinguished colleagues. I'm baffled when my colleague Weklo will say that oral apology can be equated to that of the written apology. Categorically, I'm different. I beg to differ. The legislature.
He has not said anything for you to have observation or nothing he has said to have inquiry.
So, Mr. Speaker, the House of Representatives legislature is a place of record, a place of documentation. And we have to be very cognizant of the fact that when you invite people here and you appear under contempt, it means that what they have done is an affront to the legislature. The gravity of what they have done is what determines invitation under the contempt. So when you say we should accept the oral apology and the opposing view that written apology becomes two views. So parliamentarily, Mr. Speaker, distinguished colleagues, I would suggest that in such instance, it calls for vote. We can vote that if those in favor that that's my suggestion. I'm proffering a suggestion to the chair and to the colleague that oral appeal should be accepted, and some say that he needs to write. So that is a sufficient reason that I want to crave your indulgence, Mr. Presiding, that you put it into motion, that we will test it. Those who will be for will raise their hands, and then those who will be against. So, Mr. Speaker, I respectfully submit and reserve the right to return.
Thank you. The Honorable Yazulu. That's not a motion. That's not a motion. We have a opposing view. That's not what we're following, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Please allow the gentleman to speak.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Distinguished colleagues. There's a country in Ethiopia, and there's a word unique. There's a word unique, but because there are different species of character that live in that country, majority can pronounce unique way, while the minority pronounce it unique. Just because they are in the majority, it sounds right. This is the case here. Having said that, we need not to We need not to reduce our intellectual power to the extent that people will know that in our midst there are people that pronounce unique way. So I would suggest, seeing the pathway between oral and written, the way they should apologize orally and subsequently followed by a written apology to lay the whole issue to rest on his part, just so he can provide the information for the Liberian people. Thank you, and let God bless the state.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Please allow me to talk. I knew that the Deputy Speaker has spoken to you too. Because the Deputy Speaker left the seat to come talk to you. The Deputy Speaker left the seat to come talk to you. That is why you talk to the high. But she attacking me. Mr. Speaker, thank you. Mr. Speaker, we have to treat everyone equally. We have a history here. They're coming. Talking to men and it's not proper. My orientation as for the Christian background cannot just be I will now be tempted to talk to one. Why women are good and men not? Because Speaker, thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, I stand by the veteran of the Liberia or Rwanda.
Now you are accusing. Now you are accusing. Don't do that.
Member, I will never. But she's provoking me to my anger, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, thank you. Mr. Speaker, I stand with the veteran lawmaker from Liberia, Mr. Honorable to say to my fellow police, our honorability have done well by appealing to the lawmaker. The honorable lawmaker, out of the city. Because of that, I received a communication from it. So I'm sorry. And always people may say this over and over, and sometimes we have pardon on them. So, Mr. Speaker, I would like to say to my colleagues that we should grant the excuse of honorability so that we can go over the new issues. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
We're found, Mr.